Do you like to feed the slots, roll the bones, or play a few hands at the card table? Well, if you do it on a cruise ship, you might get some pretty good perks. Thanks for watching Backroads Tourist today. I'm Jeff, and I've been on the receiving end of multiple cruise ship casino players club offers, and in this video, I'm going to break them down for you and tell you what I think. Now, going into this, there are a few things that you should know. First of all, this is all about the Princess Casino Players Club. With other cruise brands, the offers may or may not be similar. I don't know. I've never dealt with them. These offers from Princess are having the desired effect on me, though, and they keep us cruising with Princess on a pretty regular basis. So in order to get free or reduced price cruise offers from the Players Club, you have to gamble. That makes sense, right? And as you'll see in this video, there are a lot of opportunities to do that. The Princess casinos have a lot of machines, as well as card tables, roulette, and craps. When you cruise with Princess, you get a medallion. Now, this handy device can hang on a lanyard, or you can buy wristbands to put it on. It serves a lot of purposes on the ship, including keeping track of what you spend in the casino. In order to play a game, you put your medallion up to the sensor pad on the machine, and then it asks you for your PIN number. Put that in, it pulls up your account information and shows you how much money you have and the number of points you've earned. The more you gamble, the more points you earn, and the more points you earn, the more likely you are to get a cruise offer. I'm not privy to the exact algorithms of the casino offers, but based on my past experiences, you do not earn a point for every dollar you gamble, because you see, that would make it too easy. It's a little less than that. It seems to me that it was a point for every $1.50 or $2.50 that you gamble. I also don't know the point amount you need to reach before it triggers an offer, but from personal experiences, I seem to recall having 5,000 to 7,000 points at the end of the cruise. Now, if you're a math wizard, you're probably thinking that in order to reach those points, you need to spend $7,000 or more. Well, yes and no. Let's say that you're a lucky person, and the very first bet you make, you win $1,000. Well, that $1,000 goes into your account, and every bet you make using that one money adds to your points. It's not likely to happen, but it does happen. There was a cruise where the machines were being very, very generous to us, and we ended up the cruise with about $2,800 more than we started. And they also gave us a very nice free cruise offer that included the Plus package and $250 in gambling money. The Players Club also sent us a bottle of wine and a plate of chocolates to our room. But on the other side of the coin, you could have no luck at all. Well, they call it gambling for a reason, right? We always take a set amount of gambling money with us, and we don't spend more than we can afford to lose. We also aren't people who are constantly in the casino. We spend 30, maybe 45 minutes a day in the casino. It could be more if we're on a winning streak, or it could be less if the machines don't like us and are just eating our money. The number of points you earn also seems to affect the type of offer you get. My wife tends to gamble a little bit more conservatively than I do, and she still gets offers, but they just aren't quite as good as the ones I get. Take a look at this. The other day, we each got an offer from the Princess Casino Players Club in the mail. My offer is for a free interior stateroom and $50 in casino free play, while my wife got an offer for up to 35% off and $150 in casino free play. In just a minute, I'll show you some real examples of how much you can save and tell you some of the fine print you need to take into consideration before you accept one of these offers. Right now, though, I'd like to ask you to give this video a like. Now, you may not think that does very much, but it really does help get this video recommended to other fun people just like you. And if you haven't joined the Backroads Tourist channel yet, I'd like to invite you to do so. We're growing bigger and bigger each and every day, and I'd love to have you as part of the Backroads Tourist family. So click that subscribe button right now and come on along. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let me show you some screenshots to show you what kind of savings Princess is offering. Now, there is a little glitch, though, that I do want you to know about. Princess was running a sale when I took these screenshots, so normally the savings would be actually a little bit more with the casino offer, but I think you're going to get the idea. One cruise my wife and I are considering is around Japan, and here you see a 10-day cruise. is $1,817 for an inside cabin, and that price does include taxes and fees. Now, let's see what the same cruise looks like if you take the casino offer. Boom! $320. That's about a $1,500 per person savings, but it gets better. That $320 price includes a $200 deposit that gets refunded to you in the form of onboard credit. So actually, it's $120 per person for a 10-day cruise. That's not a bad deal. But let's say you don't want an inside cabin. Maybe you want a balcony or even a suite. Your casino offer gives you deductions on those too. Take a look. For the Japan cruise, the inside cabin is $1,817. Ocean View is $2,076 per person. Balcony, $3,317. Mini suite from $4,380, and a suite is going to cost you about $7,500. Remember, those are per person. Now, let's take a look at what those same cabins run with this Players Club offer. $320 inside. $520 for an ocean view, $770 for a balcony, $1,120 for a mini suite, and $2,370 for a suite. Again, those are per person, and you get that $200 per person deposit returned to you in onboard credit. Yeah, the savings are pretty hefty. Balconies are probably the most popular choice on a cruise, and instead of paying $3,317 per person for a balcony, you're paying $770. Now, for a couple, that's a savings of over $5,000, and that's not including the $400 you collectively get back in onboard credit. But I know it's mostly Americans who are watching this channel, so let's look at a cruise a little bit more relatable, more domestic, more close to home. A cruise to Alaska. Here's your standard 7-day Alaskan cruise round trip from Seattle. You can get an interior for just under $1,100 per person. Let's see what the other cabins are running. Ocean View is already sold out, so we won't count that. Balcony from $1,567, mini suite from $2,197, and a suite is going to set you back about $4,400 per person. But with the Players Club offer, it gets a little tastier. $550 for an interior, so about half price. Ocean View is still sold out. Balcony is $1,040, so about a $500 savings per person on that. Mini suite, $1,565, and suite for $2,475. Then, of course, factor in that $200 per person onboard credit. Now, my opinion is that this is a pretty good deal. However, there are some things that need to be considered. You're still going to have to pay for gratuities, alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, specialty restaurants, and things like that. And don't forget excursions, souvenirs, airfare, hotels, and other incidentals. In other words, you're still going to have to slap down your credit card. I've also found that the casino offer sometimes isn't available on every cruise. Most of them are eligible, but every now and then I find one that isn't. Here's something else I've noticed. If we get an offer in the mail from the Players Club and it expires, we don't use it, that doesn't mean that you missed out. Another one's going to be coming in the mail soon. And remember, the examples I've given are based on the usual offer we get from Princess, which is a free interior stateroom and $50 in casino free play. Oh, and I think I should also point out that that $50 is just for the person who got the offer. It's not for both people. Now, I've never gotten one, but I bet there are even better offers for people who are higher rollers. Maybe that's you. Let me know in the comments section what kind of offers you've gotten. Also, have you gotten offers from other cruise line casino players clubs? Like I said, I have no experience with any other than Princess, so I'd love to know what you feel about other cruise lines. How do they stack up with the Princess offer? Hey, I know that there are going to be some people who say that we're just paying for our next cruise in the casino. Well, here's the thing. My wife and I enjoy visiting casinos either at sea or on land, and we usually do it about once a month or so or on special occasions. Sometimes we walk out richer, sometimes we don't. But we have a good time, and as I said, we don't bet more than we can afford to lose. The same holds true on cruise ship casinos. We gamble responsibly, and I can honestly say that we've never lost an amount more than the free cruise offer that we've gotten. So there's my take on Casino Players Club offers from Princess. We like them. We use them. Hey, again, if you wouldn't mind liking this video and subscribing to the Backroads Tourist channel, I'd sure appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Jeff. I hope to see you on a future cruise.